The 2024 WEC Design Workshop was really built around a collaborative effort between folks in academia, industry, and the national labs to try and understand how do we better work together to start to develop the next generation of wave energy technologies. So a lot of this workshop is trying to bring experts from each of those individual fields into one place to work together to sort of incrementally take attendees through the process from ideation to how do we design a technology. So the workshop's held over 5 days. Each day sort of incrementally builds on the day prior. So we started the workshop off on Monday, just talking about the resource. What do our ocean conditions give us? Day 2, we started to get into simulation frameworks. So we started with very, very simple numerical simulation models where we could start to dig into how do I start to build it? And then day 3, we stepped back again and we're like, okay, that's all numerics. That's great. That's in this ideal world. Let's test that experimentally. Day 4, we work into how do we control these devices? How do we maximize the opportunity or the efficiency of these devices for an end client, for an end user?
In my view, workshops are really critical because all of us do a lot of multitasking. And I think when we sit on Zoom calls or remote attendance, there's a higher tendency to switch off more quickly and be distracted by other things you have to do.
Attendees now have a full understanding of the wave resource that goes into their WEC-Sim models, how to use their WEC-Sim models effectively to then decide the next step in testing, which also leads into controls. All of it's kind of one big loop. It's really beneficial to ensure like everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows what's being used where, how it ties into the next step in the process, and definitely decreases confusion. When we were doing some coding exercises, I was turning to the people next to me and we were debugging together and stuff like that, which is kind of hard to get remotely.
Yeah, so these extended, week-long workshop like we're having right now is really helpful for a number of reasons. For one, there's just a lot of material to cover and it's all interrelated, and so not knowing part of it is really going to handicap you in other aspects of the work. Another really kind of intangible benefit is just getting the community together and making connections so that if you have a question that's specific to some area, you know who you should ask and who you can reach out to, and having that personal connection is really nice.
Can't do this anywhere else really in the US in the context of we can do the theory, we can do the experiments, and we can bring all those folks into one place.